In the aftermath of Friday violence across Uttar Pradesh, Yogi government has ensured iron fist action on the key conspirators. Bulldozers demolished the house of one of the key accused in Prayagraj. Incriminating material was also recovered from the residence of Javed Mohammed. And as the probe deepens into the Friday violence incident, more accused are being identified and action is being taken against them. Let's first take a look at this report.
First went the front wall, then went the gate, and then the back wall. Two bulldozers worked for close to 6 hours on the bungalow of Javed Mohammed, the General Secretary of Welfare Party and accused of being the mastermind of Friday Fury in Prayagraj.
जावेद अहमद को कई बार प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण ने नोटिस थमाए थे। वो उसकी वजह ये थी क्योंकि ये मकान पीडीए ने अप्रूव नहीं किया है, इसका नक्शा अप्रूव नहीं किया है। नहीं, हालांकि जो जानकारी मिल पाई उसके मुताबिक रात को घर वालों ने सामान पैक कर लिया था, घर में महिलाएं थी, लेकिन जब पुलिस प्रशासन के अधिकारी यहां पहुंचे, पीडीए के अफसर यहां पहुंचे तो अंदर से गेट बंद थे, कोई बाहर नहीं निकला। 15 मिनट से लेकर आधा घंटा इंतजार करने के बाद तब बुलडोजर ने अपना काम संभाला। वहां कोई परिजन मौजूद नहीं था, मकान अंदर से बंद जरूर था, लेकिन संभावना इस बात की है कि जावेद के परिजन ऊपर छतों के सहारे देर रात को ही निकल गए थे और उसके बाद फिर एक हिस्से में एक बुलडोजर और दूसरे हिस्से में दूसरे बुलडोजर को लगाकर मकान को गिराने की कार्रवाई शुरू कराई गई।
Javed Mohammed, who is known as the General Secretary of Welfare Party in the district, has been called the mastermind of the violence that took place in Prayagraj on Friday. Police are also looking at the role of Javed's daughter, Afreen Fatima, in planning and stoking the violence. Afreen is a student of Delhi's Jawaharlal Nehru University and has been actively involved in anti-CAA protests in the past. In the course of bulldozer action, there was also a claim of incriminating documents being found.
देखिए एक पोस्टर मिला है, देखिए ये पोस्टर मिला है, ये पोस्टर है जिसमें लिखा हुआ है कि व्हेन इनजस्टिस बिकम्स लॉ, मतलब नाइंसाफी जब कानून बन जाए, रेवोल्यूशन बिकम्स ड्यूटी, मतलब इस तरह का विद्रोह ड्यूटी बन जाता है। तो इस तरह की सोच थी, इस तरह का थॉट था जावेद अहमद का। देखिए ये पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का झंडा जो जावेद के घर से बरामद हुआ है, वेलफेयर पार्टी, ये उसने बना रखी थी, ये पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का झंडा है। लेकिन चौंका देने वाली चीज ये है कि इस तरह का थॉट जावेद अहमद का था। इससे इरादे समझे जा सकते हैं, इससे अंदाजा लगाया जा सकता है कि उसके दिमाग में कितनी बड़ी खुरापात चल रही थी। सिस्टम के खिलाफ उसके विचारों को इस पोस्टर के जरिए समझ सकते हैं। तो ये पोस्टर अपने आप में बेहद चौंका देने वाला है, उसके थॉट को बयां करने वाला है। कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ जस्टिस, तो जैसे मुर्तजा की सोच थी जस्टिस को लेकर, वैसी सोच जावेद अहमद की थी।
Several other documents have also been found at Javed Mohammed's house, including books that the police say speak of imposing a Ghazal-e-Hind. In its relentless crackdown against rioters, police have already arrested over 300 people across Uttar Pradesh, of which maximum come from Prayagraj. The Chief Minister's dictum is clear: no mercy for rioters, no harm to the poor and innocent.
बुलडोजर की कार्रवाई प्रयागराज डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी के द्वारा कानून को फॉलो करते हुए की जा रही है। वहाँ व्यापक पुलिस प्रबंध इसलिए कराए गए हैं कि पिछले शुक्रवार को जुमे की नमाज के बाद से वहाँ काफ़ी लोग उपद्रव के उतारू हो गए थे, भीड़ हिंसक भी हो गई थी, जिसमें पुलिस वाले भी घायल हुए थे। 10 तारीख की घटना के संबंध में अब तक 306 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी की जा चुकी है। उस दौरान लगभग हमारे 13 पुलिसकर्मी घायल हुए थे। उसमें पूरी तरीके से शांति बनी हुई है तथा पूरे प्रदेश में स्थिति शांतिपूर्ण तथा नियंत्रण में है।
With Manish Yadav in Prayagraj, Bureau Report, Now.
We have some breaking inputs coming in. So far, 316 individuals have been arrested for The violence that was unleashed on Friday, 13 FIRs have been filed in 19 districts, and the data also suggests that there were injuries as far as the police personnel are concerned. 13 cops were injured in Friday violence and 8 police vehicles were vandalized by the rioters. So 316 people have been arrested so far by the UP police. Moving on, we have more breaking inputs coming in terms of arrests, and fresh arrest has taken place. The Atala area Masjid Imam Ali Ahmed has now been arrested. We have information coming in that he was trying to flee when he was nabbed by the cops. Let's go across to Amir, who's joining us with more details. What are the police saying about this Imam's role?
Well, Swati, definitely a big catch as far as Friday's violence is concerned, because Mohammed Javed was one such person who was understood to have, fanned violence right around the Friday prayers just about 2 days back. And Ali Ahmed, who happens to be the Imam, chief cleric of the Bada Masjid in Atala area of Prayagraj, was also involved into provoking youngsters as far as their action and attack on the police there, which was deployed for their security, is concerned. And which was why in the visuals it is quite apparent that these were very young boys who were perhaps they were egged on for attacking the police. The manner in which they do that, it is quite apparent. They were standing in front of an alley to escape police's action. They would throw stones at the police and then go back into the alley trying to save themselves. And also several of these vehicles, the figures that you just narrated, were actually arsoned. Out of the 8 vehicles which were attacked and destroyed by the attacking mob, 5 were arsoned and 3 were vandalized by these youngsters, and most of them actually being youngsters there. So the police's action coming in quite rightly in the nick of time. Today in the afternoon, the entire house, the 2-storied house of Mohammed Javed, the prime conspirator, was demolished by the local authorities there. And later in the evening, Ali Ahmed, the Imam...
Right, so the crackdown is intensifying, but this has definitely led to a massive debate in the country, with several individuals, in fact, questioning the bulldozer action. Thank you very much, Amir, for joining us with those details. Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by author Shantanu Gupta. We also have Tushar Gupta, senior editor of Swatij on the broadcast. Pankaj Sharma, political analyst, joins us. Professor Monojit Mondal, political analyst, also is joining us on the debate. And we have Huzaifa Amir Rashidi, leader of the Rashtriya Ulama Council, on the panel with us as well. Good evening to all of you. Shantanu Gupta, the Yogi government, the administration in Uttar Pradesh is saying that this is bulldozer action against the rioters. We are only using bulldozers against those who have illegally constructed their properties. And the police in Uttar Pradesh says the riot case and the bulldozer action are completely different. But Owaisi and Akhilesh are slamming that very action. They are questioning the timing. According to them, individuals of a particular community are being targeted by the government. This is witch hunt, is what they are saying.
So first of all, this is not new. Since 2017, Yogi government has taken oath. They have property in UP worth 2,000 crore rupees, from likes of Atiq Ahmed to Mukhtar Ansari to Azam Khan. And not a single case, I'm saying iterating, not a single case. Many of the cases went to the court, and not a single case court was able to find any anomaly. So all these bulldozer action, all the acquiring of illegal properties are done with due course of law. And similarly in this case, the notice was already given, and when the time came, because the notice was not responded to, his property was broken. And then see, there was more than 200 arrests. And not the 200 houses are broken. So wherever they have legal papers, there were the notice served. There only this bulldozer action is done.
Rashidi Saab, how do you respond to that? Rashidi Saab, आपका मैं कमेंट इस पर चाहूंगी. बुलडोजर एक्शन उन्हीं लोगों के खिलाफ हो रहा है जिन लोगों ने इलीगल तौर पर अपने घर बनाए या बाकी की प्रॉपर्टीज बनाई गई. मोहम्मद जावेद उनमें से एक हैं. ये अलग है कि उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस को उनका रोल, जो शुक्रवार को हमने घटना देखी, हिंसक घटना, उसमें भी मिला.
देखिए मैडम, जावेद साहब का जुर्म सिर्फ इतना है कि वो मुसलमान है, हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमान है, उत्तर प्रदेश में रहते हैं और उनका नाम जावेद था. जिसकी वजह
बिल्कुल गलत कह रहे हैं, उनको नोटिस जा चुके हैं।
सुनिए एकदम
उनको डाइट में आप
शांतनु गुप्ता, let him finish his point.
30 सेकंड विदाउट एनी इंटरप्शन।
Yeah, please.
उनका सिर्फ जुर्म इतना है कि वो मुसलमान है, उत्तर प्रदेश में पैदा हुए, इलाहाबाद में रहते थे, इसलिए उनके घर को तोड़ा गया। ये बैठ के बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर रहे हैं, नोटिस इशू कर रहे हैं। इनसे पूछिए कि वो अजय मिश्रा टेनी जिसके बेटे ने लखीमपुर के अंदर 6 किसानों को मार दिया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसकी बेल ऑर्डर कैंसिल कर दिया, क्या उसके घर पर बुलडोजर चलेगा? क्या संगीत
डोंट मेक दिस इलॉजिकल डिबेट, दिस इज नॉट पान के दुकान की डिबेट।
रजनी साहब, एक तो आपने रिलीजन कार्ड खेला, नहीं आप शुरुआती, रजनी साहब आपने शुरुआती रिलीजन कार्ड से की। जो पुलिस को वहां पे इंक्रिमिनेटिंग मटेरियल मिला है, इलीगल फायर आर्म्स मिले हैं, जांच पूरी हो जाने दीजिए। आप पहले ही रिलीजन कार्ड खेल रहे हैं। उनको 10 मई को पहला नोटिस दिया गया था, उनसे ये भी कहा गया कि आप या आपकी तरफ से कोई भी नुमाइंदा पेश हो हमारे सामने। जब वो उसमें भी पेश नहीं हो पाए, उसके बाद कहा गया कि डेमोलिशन के ऑर्डर अब निकाल दिए गए, आप घरों को खाली कीजिए, अब डेमोलिशन होगा, अब बुलडोजर चलेगा। तो बाकायदा उनको नोटिफाई किया गया था।
मैडम कलम आपका है, कागज आपकी है, सरकार आपकी है,
नहीं
आप बैक डेट में दिखा दीजिए नोटिस, मुझको दिखाइए कौन सा प्रूफ उनके पास है।
हर जगह मुझे लगता है आज आपने ना टाइम्स नाउ देखा है, ना कोई और चैनल देखा है, ना आपने कोई वेबसाइट पढ़ी है। हर जगह 10 मई का वो नोटिस अभी आपको स्क्रीन पर भी दिखा देंगे, अगर आप इस वक्त टाइम्स नाउ, अगर आपके आसपास टीवी चल रहा है तो 10 मई का वो नोटिस आप देखिए।
डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटीज के बाईलॉज को फॉलो करेंगे ना, तो पूरे प्रदेश ही नहीं पूरे हिंदुस्तान में कोई मकान नहीं बचेगा जिसके पास सारे कंप्लीट कागजात हो।
नहीं तो आप क्या कह रहे हैं? तो आप कह रहे हैं कि डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी को अपना काम नहीं करना चाहिए, इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन होता रहे उसको ना गिराएं।
चुन के सिर्फ मुसलमानों का मकान गिराएंगे।
अच्छा ठीक है, लेट मी ब्रिंग इन तुषार गुप्ता। ओके, लेट मी ब्रिंग इन तुषार गुप्ता। तुषार गुप्ता, मिस्टर Rashidi says that only Muslims are being targeted.
Swati, at the risk of being blunt, this argument he is making is bogus, it's hogwash, it's silly, it's naive, it's stupid.
You are bogus.
It's very convenient today to say that Muslims are being targeted. It's very convenient to say... No, hold on. Do not interrupt me, sir. I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. Please do not interrupt me. It's very convenient today to say that people are on the road protesting against hate speech. It's very convenient to say that people are on the road today protesting hate speech. Today people want to ask, why are you not going to the courts? Today people want to ask, why is the police going for swift action against illegal houses? I emphasize illegal houses. No one was saying to these protesters that let the court announce its verdict in the Nupur Sharma case. No one was saying that let the court announce its verdict in the Bengaluru case. No one was saying that let the court announce its verdict with the Citizenship Amendment Act. तब protesters road पे बैठ सकते हैं, तब उनका constitutional right है. But if the government starts demolishing illegal houses, and I emphasize illegal constructions, then they have a problem. Has the government of the day, both the center and the state, made any differentiation between Hindus and Muslims when it came to welfare schemes? If the police department in UP is strong and is efficient, it offers equal protection to Hindus and Muslims. This is not about someone being a Muslim. This is about someone being an arsonist and a writer. Let's not mix the two. People like him are misguiding the people on the ground. This is not about being a Muslim. This is about being a writer, an arsonist and a criminal.
मैडम पूछिए कि कानपुर में जो वीडियोस निकल के आए थे उसमें दोनों तरफ से पत्थरबाजी हुई।
एक मिनट, और रजनी साहब आप नोटिस की बात कर रहे थे, नोटिस की भी आप बात कर रहे थे, वो भी आपको दिखाते हैं जिसमें जिक्र किया गया है इस बात का। वो नोटिस जिसमें इस बात का जिक्र किया गया है कि 10 मई को आपको पहला नोटिस भेजा गया था, जिसमें आपको ये बताया गया कि आप पेश हो जाइए अथॉरिटी के सामने, आपका कोई नुमाइंदा पेश हो जाए अथॉरिटी के सामने। ऐसा हुआ नहीं, ऐसा हुआ नहीं। उस नोटिस का कोई जवाब नहीं दिया गया। 10 जून को, 10 जून स्क्रीन पर चल रहा है सर, स्क्रीन पर नोटिस चल रहा है 10 जून का, जिसमें जिक्र है सिलसिलेवार तरीके से कि 10 मई को पहला नोटिस गया, कहा गया कि आप पेश होइए, कोई पेश नहीं हुआ, उसके बाद आगे की कार्रवाई की गई। तो ऐसा नहीं था कि शुक्रवार को कुछ हुआ उसके बाद ये इनको नोटिस गया हो। 10 मई से प्रक्रिया चल रही है। पीडीए का ये कहना है 10 मई से प्रक्रिया चल रही है। 10 मई से आपको सूचित किया गया था कि आपका जो कंस्ट्रक्शन है वो इलीगल है। आई वांट टू ब्रिंग इन प्रोफेसर मनोजीत मंडल एज वेल।
प्रूफ दिखाइए ना कि ये नोटिस
प्रोफेसर मंडल
हुआ था।
प्रोफेसर,
आप ऐसे कहते रहे कि नोटिस इशू हो गया था।
अरे सर, नोटिस दिखा रहे हैं 10 जून का, जिसमें कहा गया उनके दरवाजे पर चस्पा भी किया गया था। उसका जवाब उन्होंने नहीं दिया, वो पेश नहीं हुए। अब ये जवाब जो है ना, वो जावेद मोहम्मद साहब देंगे। अब ये जवाब जो है ना, ये जावेद मोहम्मद साहब को देना पड़ेगा। जावेद मोहम्मद साहब को अब ये जवाब देना पड़ेगा कि उनकी भूमिका वायलेंस में क्या थी और उनकी भूमिका इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन में क्या थी।
आप कोर्ट को बंद कर दीजिए ना, फिर आप पुलिस को बुलडोजर दे दीजिए कि वो जजमेंट कर दे करके।
डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी भी कुछ कानून और नियम से चलती है। और एक सीधा सवाल आपसे पूछा, तुषार गुप्ता ने सीधा सवाल आपसे पूछा, रशीदी साहब, तुषार गुप्ता ने एक सीधा सवाल आपसे पूछा। ये पूछा उन्होंने कि अगर आपको कोर्ट पर इतना भरोसा और कोर्ट की बात अभी आप कर रहे हैं, तो ये जो सड़कों पर उतर करके प्रोटेस्ट इस तरह से हुआ, उसमें हिंसक घटनाएं हुई, पत्थरबाजी हुई, तब कोर्ट का इंतजार क्यों नहीं किया?
बिल्कुल प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे, हमारा राइट है, कोर्ट हमें राइट देता है, इसका संविधान राइट देता है कि अगर हमारे नबी पे
कोर्ट राइट देता है पत्थर फेंकने का,
उसको
वायलेंस का राइट नहीं है रशीदी साहब।
लुक एट द हिपोक्रेसी,
गाड़ी जलाने का
वायलेंस का राइट नहीं है आपके पास।
कहाँ का कोर्ट है? शरिया में कोर्ट आपकी मस्जिद में होगा।
नहीं, वायलेंस का राइट आपके पास नहीं है, किसी के पास नहीं है। वायलेंस का राइट आपके पास भी नहीं है, किसी के पास भी नहीं है। आपको और हर किसी को, इस देश के नागरिक को प्रोटेस्ट करने की इजाजत है, हाथ में पत्थर लेकर पुलिस पर अटैक करने की इजाजत नहीं है।
स्वाति, he says हमारे सब्र का इम्तिहान मत लीजिए। What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? He says हमारे सब्र का इम्तिहान मत लीजिए। क्या मतलब है आपका? क्या मतलब है आपका? आप ये इस लाइन को एक्सप्लेन करिए जरा।
सब्र कर रहा है उत्तर प्रदेश का मुसलमान, हिंदुस्तान का मुसलमान।
कैसे बर्बाद कर देगा बताइए, जरा बताइए सबको।
आपने मुसलमानों को
नहीं, आप क्या किसको बर्बाद करेंगे?
नहीं, तो अब एक बात बताइए, हम कम्युनिटी में किसकी बात सुने? Why I am asking question is, I want to bring in Professor Mondal. Professor Mondal, today a Muslim group, Jamaate Ulama Hind, openly condemned the manner in which the youth of the community is being provoked. They highlighted and exposed some individuals. They also in fact named Madani and Owaisi and said that these people provoke people hit the streets, and then when it comes to facing the law, the 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds are put behind bars. So who do we believe? Mr. Rashidi, who's saying sabr ka imtihan ho gaya hai, or do we believe the Muslim groups who are appealing for peace?
So then why not taking any action against people like Owaisi? Are you taking any action against people like Owaisi? The answer is clearly no. Mr. Owaisi has been, and his brother, they have been doing these things for the last, 6-7 years. The BJP government will not take any action against them because they thrive on their narrative. The exact opposite of what BJP does, the right-wing communalism, whatever you call. And the fact remains that when we're talking about this bulldozer story, it's happening quite, you can call it coincidental, but largely it's happening against one particular community. That's happening in Delhi, now it's happening in Prayagraj. A community and your political adversaries. If you talk about illegal construction in this country, I completely agree with the other gentleman. There are thousands of illegal houses, even in Delhi. But you are specifically targeting a particular area, a particular community where the protests are happening. Of course, protest is a democratic right, but I do not agree with any violent mode of protest. That is not our culture.
So when the protesters go violent, when they pelt stones, when they pelt stones, when they damage public property, and when the police identifies them through CCTV footage and through footages that are shot on mobile phones by bystanders, the religion angle comes in, that you're only putting behind bars individuals of the Muslim community. Are the CCTV footages specifying who belongs to which community? The CCTV footage shows individuals pelting stones. They are acted against, and then comes the narrative of one community being maligned, one community being targeted.
Of course, when it comes to bulldozing the houses, maybe illegal houses, could be illegal houses, it is happening only against a particular community.
Okay. Pankaj Sharma, Mr. Mondal says that the BJP will never act against Owaisi. A case although has been registered against Mr. Owaisi. But Professor Mondal says that BJP benefits out of such hate rants, out of such divisive politics, so it will never act. And he's also reiterating that a particular community is being targeted. Your views?
compromising action, who mastermind or are involved in any activity that destroys the social peace. Yogi's Bulldozer Prayagraj should be vindicated. But having said so, I will also emphasize that nothing should be done by any government which creates even a suspicion that there has been an improper interference with the course of justice. 100 years ago, 98 years back, Lord Heward, Chief of England, led down a dictum, very important dictum, that is not of some importance, but is of fundamental importance, that justice should not only be done, but should be manifested and undoubtedly seen to be done. So let me underline this fact. This landmark proclamation ruling arose out of a very minor collision case. But yet the King's Bench issued a rule and ultimately quashed the conviction. If after 1 century after that, if we evaluate our bulldozer era with Lord Heward's famous historical pronouncement, don't you think that the situation today is gravely demeaning for our governing caliber? So what is all this going on? The government is also taking laws illegally in their hand.
Okay.
How come that these illegal construction first go unnoticed for decades by local authority? All of a sudden they wake up, complete the formalities of issuing notices and reach next morning to demolish the houses. There's a perception that you are revengeful.
Okay.
So this perception...
Okay, revengeful. The action seems revengeful. Shantanu Gupta, how come all of a sudden the authority wakes up and decides to demolish the house right when he is also accused of a role in violence? Yeah, let's take responses.
Not all the illegal houses.
Okay, not all the illegal houses. You're identifying people of the community and then demolishing.
I'll reiterate 1 or 2 points again. In last 5 years, properties worth 2,000 crore rupees are demolished and recovered, right? The land was recovered. So it's not happening today, yesterday, this week. So that's how this government is doing. Yeah, you're right. Lot of illegal construction has happened in Akhilesh Yadav government and Mayawati government and government, and this government got 5 years to correct that and 5 more years to correct. In this week, in Uttar Pradesh, in the whole of Uttar Pradesh, multiple properties are demolished where there's no writing. In Saharanpur and Meerut and Ghaziabad, multiple properties. That's a continuous, because everything doesn't come on TV, everything doesn't come on debate. You just check the record. UP government is recovering land, illegal land, which is taken away from last many years. It's a mammoth job for them. They're daily doing it. Because in this case, the coincidence is the person is also part of the stone pelting thing. Right? That's why we're trying to connect the dots to create a juicy story. But in Uttar Pradesh, if someone who follows Uttar Pradesh, in fact, in my book, I've quoted multiple cases where this is done. In fact, I'll tell you a quote by Prakash Singh ji. Prakash Singh was the former DGP. He said, Uttar Pradesh government, Yogi government is emerging as UP's Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew is someone who has established Singapore, and he was known for his strong law and order. So if someone follows UP, they know it's happening from last 5 years, and we are recovering illegal land which is occupied from years and years in UP.
Professor Mondal, illegal properties of gangsters, illegal properties of even netas are being razed down, are being demolished in Uttar Pradesh. So should the government actually release data now as to how many Hindu houses have been demolished, how many Muslim houses have been demolished to put an end to this debate?
No, let me ask him. I mean, when talking about UP, there is a very famous park by a political party. Are you demolishing that particular park? It is hugely controversial.
Public park? No. Come to UP. Come to UP. There is no. It's a public park. It's a public park. It's a public park.
Let me speak now. Why are you installed? Why do you don't know law and order?
I'm not
maintain some order on this debate, na?
You don't know.
You don't know how to maintain order on the debate.
Travel to Lucknow.
How do you write books? I don't understand. If you're writing books, you need to be tolerant. Maintain order on this debate. You're talking about law and order. Let me speak at least.
Sounding funny.
What is your problem?
You're sounding funny. You're sounding funny.
You look funny. That's why I'm sounding funny.
Okay, come on. No personal comments, please.
No. What is it?
So there's no need to comment on somebody's looks. No. Please, I will not entertain that.
He
Stick to the
appears to be
topic.
funny.
There's
What
no
can
need
I
to get
say?
personal.
If I'm I'm sounding
It's a public
funny,
park,
he appears to be
There is no
funny.
need to get personal,
right?
please. That's a request.
No,
that's a request to both of you. There's no need to get personal.
I'm establishing my right to speak. He says that I'm funny.
May I interject?
Okay, all right. Mr. Tushar Gupta. Mr. Tushar Gupta.
No, I was supposed to speak. If I establish my right,
look,
he says that I'm looking
this
funny.
is not about maligning any community.
How he's laughing.
Okay.
Look at.
No, you're making it personal now. Please move on and please move on. Please move on. Please move on and tell us your view because I don't have much time to wrap up the debate, sir.
Only if you allow
Let's stay on track. Yes.
How many? I'm taking full responsibility in saying how many party offices did you have constructed on illegal land, on government land? Including.
Share the data, tweet it. Share the data, tweet it. Tag UP government.
No, Professor Mondal, you're right.
He doesn't know.
All these illegal structures need to be raised down. They need to be raised down. But it's also not at this point of time appropriate to give clean chits. If cases have been filed, let's wait for the due process to be followed, for the investigation to complete. That goes both in Nupur Sharma's case and the recent arrests that have been made in terms violence that was witnessed. But let's not play the religion card here. Also, the other side is questioning, is this bulldozer action the way forward? Does this mean justice now? Is this going to be justified by the Yogi government? Shantanu Gupta says it has been going on since 2017 and no particular community has been targeted. The opposition is questioning the Yogi government today. The debate will continue. The debate will go on and questions will be asked. For now, we are wrapping up this debate. Moving on, thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us.